Dan Willis here, and we're talking about bad credit history and 4 keys to fix bad credit. So, first and foremost, a bad credit score is typically, and generally speaking, 620 or less when it comes to your FICO score. FICO is the company that actually calculates your credit score, and these first 2 tips are actually going to be building your credit, showing responsible use, and let's go ahead and just dive in here. The first point is to build a trail of positive on-time payment history. This is very big, and you can do this with your current bills, just paying them on time every month. It'll start to create a trail of positive on-time payment history, which is really big when your credit score is calculated. Additionally, many folks will apply for a secured credit card because this can help assist with this. Secured credit cards offer very easy approval. And the second point is your utilization ratio. Now, this is a very critical piece. This is the second most important factor when your credit score is calculated. And what it looks at is your total debt, all the debt you have, and it compares that to your available unused credit. And let's go ahead and use an example to fully illustrate this. Let's say you have a credit card already, and on your credit card you have a $2,000 limit. Now, generally speaking, you want to keep it at about 30% of your limit. So with a $2,000 limit, you'd keep a monthly balance at about $600 or 30% of your limit, and that would provide you with $1,400 of available unused credit. And that's going to really help your utilization ratio. Debt, mortgage, student loans, debt's not like a big problem. The big problem is if your credit card is maxed out, because that's going to make you appear like you're not a great credit risk. So the big takeaway with this is to have available unused credit, and that's done most easily with credit cards, and it helps even more with revolving credit lines. So this next point is the 2 weapons that consumers have, and the most effective weapons to use to fight back and to clean up and erase those bad, damaging, derogatory items on your credit report, because that's what's causing a low credit score. And the first one is actually dealing with any outstanding current bill collectors and debt collectors, the harassing phone calls, the threatening letters. Now, when it comes to paying off any old debts, the first weapon you need to utilize is to request account validation. This is your right protected by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, FDCPA. And what this does is it makes that collection agency prove by providing you with the documents and the evidence that yes, this is your account. And if they do not validate your debt, then you're no longer legally responsible for payment. Further, they're supposed to notify the 3 major credit bureaus to have them remove that negative information regarding this account. Only if your account is validated should you even consider entering into negotiations, and that's a whole other topic because most people go down this forsaken path, and it makes sense. Just paying off old debt will somehow help your credit score. That's not the way our system is set up, unfortunately. It makes logical sense, and it would make a whole lot more sense if it was set up that way, but too many people spend thousands of dollars paying off old debts to see their credit score do nothing at all. I mean, no benefit whatsoever. So please avoid that path. And the fourth, and the most effective way of cleaning up your credit report errors, questionable information, is to file a credit report dispute. This is your right again, but this one's protected by the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And this is how you wave your arms and say, hey, credit bureau, there's a mistake on my credit report. You need to investigate it and remove it. Because you can file your dispute online, over the phone, or by mail. But once the credit bureaus get your dispute, they're required, and they find it valid, which is another conversation. It's not very consumer friendly is what we're really saying. But once they get your dispute, they find it valid, then they're going to investigate the item. They're going to contact the company that's reporting that negative information about you and request that the item's verified and any of the relevant details, such as the balance and the dates. If, and this is a rather common occurrence, If your account is not verified during a credit bureau investigation, then according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the credit bureaus must remove that item from your credit report. And the credit bureaus remove millions of items from consumers' credit reports every single year. It is blasphemous to believe that you must just live with bad credit for 7 long, expensive, and embarrassing years. The evidence does not support that in any way, shape, or form. And we could talk about that here for much, much more. So please subscribe and join our congregation. We encourage our members to consider professional credit repair services. This is Dan Willis. We're going to include a link in the description below over to an article on our website for the full scoop. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. Please subscribe and join our congregation. Have a wonderful day and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.